Washing Institute, Contractors First. Hey guys, if you guys want to chime in over here on the message thing to ask questions, that's super, man. I love to get questions. They're awesome. So this is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to establish two things here. We're going to talk about pricing. I get this question all the time. What should I charge? How should I go about this? And I hope that this little hokey little drawing, I actually took the time here to draw this up, guys, and I'm going to put it up here on the screen. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, it's already on the screen. I got it up there. I'm already ahead of myself. There it is. So what we're going to do is talk about this. And basically, I want you guys to follow along with me here. This is a shopping center, okay? And don't make fun of it. Yes, I drew this out with a pencil on a little bit of drafting paper here. Wanted to give you guys an idea of I use a shopping center, but this could be a house. This could be an apartment complex, community management, an office building. It really doesn't matter because it's all going to translate to this anyways. So we look at the green dots, and the green dots represent an area. I believe of a 40-foot section by 15 feet wide. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So they're all 40 feet sections. So the first section was 600 times 15, and you come up with the 9,000. Let's see if my math's right there. Let's see if that's exactly what it was. I did this so much earlier, and then I had lunch. So let me make sure my math's correct and what I actually did. Yes, it's 15. So 600 by 15 is 9,000 square feet there. So you see right below it, I've got it where it says 1.8 hours. That's the time, okay? Then the next section where the grocery store is 8,400 square feet, and I've got it there 1.6 hours. And the other side, this side of the shops happens to be the same square footage as the grocery store, and it's exactly 1.6 hours, 8,400 square feet. This total center is 25,800 feet, which would approximately, at my production rate, would be 5.1 hours in time. Okay, so this for me is an absolutely realistic. This isn't made up. This is actually the realistic time that it would take me to do this particular type of job. So what a lot of guys don't understand is that they don't understand their own production rate. And they call me up and they go, well, Ron, how much would this cost me to do this? This shopping center might take somebody that's new 2 days to do. Somebody like me is going to do it in little more than 5 hours. And to be honest with you, this, in numbers wise, this is very realistic for a shopping center, a strip center like this, with one major anchor. They're anywhere from 22,000 square feet to 32,000 square feet, and that's where the bulk of shopping centers with one major anchor fall into. So you're only talking about a 5 to 6 hour cleaning on the average size shopping center, and sometimes only 4.5, because a lot of them fit that $20,000 square foot mark, and they're only taking about 4 hours to clean. So when you actually know your production rate, then you've got to figure out, okay, what is it that I need to make? I'm going to make another video now that I know I can do this, and I'm going to make an actual PowerPoint presentation. I drew this up real fast today. I could put this on a PowerPoint. That way we could actually burst out these numbers here and kind of hit home with you guys at what I'm actually talking about. Hopefully some of you will go back and watch the video again and realize that the bottom line is that let's see what we got here. Let's see. Let's see if we got the chat going here. Let's see what we got. I guess the chat's going, but I don't know. I'm not seeing any questions come up. If you guys could hit me with some questions, let's see if the chat's actually working. But the bottom line is this is how you find your cost. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hide this one, and then I'm going to go ahead and show this next one in the stream. Now, this is just another piece of drafting paper, guys. I mean, this is homemade. This isn't a realistic anything here. Some guys go like, how do I find the cleaning rate or the units or whatever it is? And they go all the time, well, Ron, you told me that might take me 2 days. You do it in 5 hours, So my price is not going to necessarily reflect the prices that you charge. What you have to do is you have to establish the production rate of your company, what you do. Just like an Olympic athlete, not everybody's a gold medalist. No one's going to, some guys even working for you are going to be, bronze medalists. They might not even, be in the Olympics. They might not even qualify. They might be really slow. So, on an average, you're going to have to find out what your company's production rate is. The only way you're going to know this, man, is if you start doing the math, if you start actually measuring. I'm not going to say who it is, but too many guys say, I'm going to use my eyeballs. They're going to measure things with their eyeballs. That doesn't work. It's a recipe for disaster, and you're going to wind up failing. And you're not ever going to be able to take this and replicate it and duplicate it, and ever be out of your. You'll be the only one doing it, because if you're going to rely on your eyeballs, is your salespeople going to run around with your eyeballs measuring things? Of course not. So you have to come up with some science, some exact science. And that's what this is. That's why you've got to know this math. And I'm going to explain this to you here again. I did the green dots. There's 28 squares on the left side, 40 squares going across the top side. Each square represents 100 square feet. That means that there's 11,200 feet in here of squares, okay? If you just keep the math simple. That little single square represents the 100 square feet that you see right there. That's one square. I drew one little square. It means that if and this here is made up production rate, okay? So the one I gave before is reality. This is made up. If I said I could clean 100 square feet per hour, it would take me 112 hours, because this is very simple math, okay? And if I wanted to make $120 per hour, I would have to charge $13,440 for this entire job. If you just start getting this and utilizing this made up mock situation that I put in, but put your numbers to it, not only will you be able to figure out your production rate, you will never, ever get lost on a bid ever again. You will always know what the exact prices are you should charge, and you'll never get, stuck on a job where you underbid it or you overbid it. A lot of guys don't get this, is that, you have to know these things, because these customers have been budgeting and doing these things for years. They know what the pressure washing is going to cost. So if you don't know what your production rate is and what's reasonable for them to pay, the bottom line is you're going to either overbid yourself or you're going to underbid yourself. And you don't want to be over and you don't want to be under. You want to be right here where you need to be and where you should be to be profitable. Everybody's going out there, oh, we want to be so high, blah, 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 blah. When I'm talking about commercial buyers, pro buyers, these are people that are well educated. They're not stupid people. This is what they do for a living. And guess what? They've bought this pressure washing year after year, or this exterior cleaning. Some of them have been in the business for 22 years. They've been managing the same properties. They know what they paid 20 years ago. They know what they paid last year, and they know what they're going to pay this year, and they probably even know what they're going to pay in 2 years. So the bottom line is it's all about the budget. It's all about that. Now, of course, if the budget's too low, we're not going to take the job. We're going to try to get them to revise their budget. And if you got a really good relationship with a manager and their property's dirty, it's not a very difficult thing to get the budget raised, because they want the property clean. Maybe in the last few years, they haven't been paying enough, and this is why the property now looks like it looks, because they weren't paying the current purveyor enough money to actually perform the service the right way. And that's something for you that you have to educate the customer. Now, getting back to this little square on this page right here, there's one little square. It's a mock. This is not reality. If it took 1 hour to clean 100 square feet, I said it would take 112 man hours. Lots of guys will always ask me, Ron, how will I find out my production? How do I know? Well, if you've been keeping track of the math and you've been keeping track of the man hours on the job, you can actually divide that number into it and come up with your production rate. But if you're bidding a new job and you don't have any idea what your production rate is, I always tell people, go out and clean a square. Go out and clean 100 feet of the 11,000 square feet. Go out and clean 500 feet of the 11,000 square feet. Guess what? If you did it in 1 hour, as this mock shows, it's going to take you 112 man hours to clean the rest of the property. This is going to give you a pretty close guesstimate of what the kind of time is going to be. Now, there are a lot of other factors we know. Water, obstacles, places where they're open or closed, vehicles in the way. There's all sorts of other things that can extend that time. And once you are able to know what, all those obstacles are that you got to look for, then the bottom line is you're going to be able to come up with a better idea of what the production rate is. Just cleaning a little small section can get you close, but it's not going to be a real time thing when you're out there for a few days in a row and you reach these obstacles. Well, I had water on this end. Now I don't have water down here. Now we're having to run 500 foot of hose. Obviously, all those things are going to take more time. Rolling in and out, how many moves you have to make on a property, you can add in time for that as well. Strategically, if I was looking at this as a job right here, we're talking a lot of feet from one end to the other end. So if I only had water in, let's say, 2 spots, I've got to calculate and figure out, okay, it's going to take more time to roll in and roll out, or the moves that I have to make, I might have to move 7 times on this property, and we know a move is going to take at least a half an hour. So now I'm going to have to add 4.5 to 5 hours onto this, science in order to make it more accurate, because I know that a move is going to be that much time. Bottom line, guys, is I hope this helped you. I'm gonna make a better one in a PowerPoint presentation. This is something we're gonna definitely talk about. There's a free event coming up on the 13th and 14th in Phoenix. We're definitely going to talk about pricing in Phoenix. We're definitely going to talk about garage pricing as well in Phoenix. So make sure you guys get out to the free event. Check it out at F9 Restorations. The registration's there. You guys can sign up. It's going to be one heck of an event. We're gonna have a good time too. Hopefully, guys, this stuff helped you, and look forward to seeing you guys in Phoenix on November 13th and 14th. Hope this helped. Ron Musgraves, Pressure Washing Institute, Contractors First.